Grounded 2 is almost here and the devs have given us a lot more than just a glimpse at what's crawling beneath the blades of grass. My name is Trevor, and whether you played the first game or you're diving into the backyard for the first time, this is the ultimate breakdown of every single confirmed creature shown thus far for Grounded 2. Let's start where it all begun, the announcement trailer. Right out the gate, the first thing we spot is the familiar face of the red soldier ant. These were a core enemy in the first game, and it's no surprise to see them back patrolling early areas. Nearby there's what appears to be a moth or possibly a butterfly. Its wings are brightly colored, and both species can show this kind of vibrant patterning. While we don't have a hard confirmation yet, it's almost certain this flying insect will offer something unique in the skies above. Next up, the trailer zooms in on a scene with a bee, a classic from the original. Again, bees are back, and given their vertical mobility and high behavior in Grounded 1, it's safe to assume they'll play a similar role this time. But then comes the first new threat, a scorpion, and not just one, but multiple variations of scorpions appear across both the trailer and the developer deep dive footage. One moment you're seeing a purplish blue hue, another time a pink tint, and even what might be green under certain lighting areas. Whether this is cosmetic or tied to an enemy variant remains to be seen, but the message is clear: scorpions are a serious new threat. Just after one scorpion burrows into the ground, the camera pans upward to reveal a massive caterpillar. Its size alone is enough to suggest it's not just a background creature. We're likely looking at a neutral or aggressive creature, possibly something that serves as a mini-boss. With its spiny, armored look, isn't your average butterfly to be. We continue, we see red worker ants trailing another soldier ant, showing that teamwork is in full effect this time around. One big change, you can ride ants in Grounded 2, but there's more. The red soldier ant can now call reinforcement, pulling nearby worker ants into combat. That's a huge shift in how early game mobs might behave this time around. Jumping ahead, we catch a glimpse of the orb weaver spider, another Grounded staple, but in the background we see ladybugs. These peaceful roamers might actually make a return as mobile resources or perhaps even ground mount options. We'll touch on that later. There's also a new location reveal here, the ice cream zone, and walking through it, another scorpion. This one's looking even more vibrant under the pastel lights. It reinforces the idea that scorpions are going to be a reoccurring and diverse threat in Grounded 2. Then we catch a quick glimpse of something truly iconic, the praying mantis. While the original game featured a orca mantis as a boss, this one looks to be a regular creature. That means mantises could be a mid to late game predator now. That's a huge change from their one-off boss status in Grounded 1. Next to that scene, on a high ledge, we notice a stuffed aphid. While no living aphid were seen in the footage, is almost guaranteed they're returning. A stuffed version wouldn't exist otherwise, so expect these skittish, adorable little guys to be part of the early ecosystem, just like we saw in Grounded 1. Now, taking a look into the combat, one of the kids launches what looks like a mint-based staff attack at a new creature and what appears to be a cockroach. This one looks fully grown, but just next to it, something smaller. It could be a juvenile cockroach or possibly an earwig. The earwig was planned for the original game, but was cut before the launch, so its appearance here may confirm it's finally made the cut this time. Following that is another old foe, the stink bug. No surprise there, these tanky enemies were mid-game threats in Grounded 1, and their return means gas-based zones or status effects will likely still be part of the meta. We then see a quick combat segment involving larvae, but not the ladybug larvae, just the basic kind. These ones are shown engaging players on mounts, and yes, there's another huge confirmation: mount combat is real in this game. Players can perfect block and parry even while riding, making mobility and timing more important than ever before. We get another look at ladybugs and yet another shot of a scorpion, and this one looks almost green. Again, is this a third variation or just lighting? We'll find out soon enough. Then comes one of the most interesting scenes in the trailer. A player mounted on a orb weaver is attacking a wolf spider. Now let that sink in. Not only can you ride spiders now, but the devs are leaning into dynamic insect on insect combat, and it opens up so many possibilities for creature based builds and traversal. From here we move into the developer deep dive footage. Here we see a caterpillar again, confirming it's not just a one-off asset. It moves around relatively freely, and again it's massive. And then we get several clear looks at weevils, reinforcing that early game insects life is well populated. In one of the most beautiful scenes in the dev footage, the camera glides past a cherry bush, underneath a snail. This is new and long requested. While we don't know exactly whether the snail will be inactive or resource based, this presence adds to the diversity of the yard. We also got confirmation that fireflies are back, seen fluttering around in the nighttime scene. Bioluminescent bugs are sure to bring the same nighttime danger and light source mechanics that they did in Grounded 1. At least one bee is spotted flying behind them as well. A brief moment inside what looks like an OMAT lab shows a large shadow flying overhead. It's the crow. Yep is back, and that also may mean collectible feathers or time environmental effects are returning. We next get another action scene by the water. That's where we can confirm mosquitoes are back in the game, hovering and hunting just like before. That likely means that there will be at least a few flooded areas or marshy zones mirroring the koi pond or the swamp areas from Grounded 1. Tiny spiderlings also appear just as you expect them to, following their orb weaver or wolf spider parents. They likely fill the same swarm roles that they did previously: quick, numerous, and very annoying. We also see the return of the bombardier beetle. Not a huge surprise, but their inclusion confirms that Grounded 2 won't shy away from some of the more explosive mid-game threats that shape players' movement and armor upgrades. And finally, we got a blink and you'll miss it glimpse of gnats. They're just floating above a water zone, behaving just like they did in the first game. Low threat, but probably useful for crafting or annoying enough to be worth swatting down. By our count, that brings us to a total of over 23 confirmed creatures in Grounded 2 between the trailer and the deep dives, and that number doesn't include variants like the multiple scorpions or mystery bugs like the possible earwigs. And you can bet that's only the tip of the iceberg, since this is just what the devs were willing to reveal. And there you have it, every confirmed creature in Grounded 2 revealed so far. From returning threats to brand new nightmares, the backyard is shaping up to be more alive and dangerous than ever. Let me know down in the comments if I missed anything, and tell me which creature you're most excited or terrified to face off against. If you found this video helpful or just enjoy this kind of content, make sure to hit the like as well as subscribe to the channel so don't miss out on the next deep dives. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one very soon.